Hey, high level listeners, all 200,000 of you. Honestly, we are so happy to have you guys here. And we are just shocked, honestly, to reach such a crazy milestone here on our high level listening English teaching channel. We're doing a little extra video just to celebrate every single one of you. And we want you to get to know us a little bit better. So maybe you can learn a bit more about high level listening, and you can get some tips from us as teachers and get to know who we are a little bit more. And hopefully, we're just excited and thankful that you guys are here.
Yes, right. As you can tell, it's a little bit more casual video this time. We just jumped on and wanted to tell you about us even. So we'll also answer some maybe long awaited questions about who we are we really, where we met, and how and when high level listening actually got started. So if you've been following the channel, you probably hear that I'm Mark. I'm from the UK, and I give you the British side of high level listening. That's true, actually. We're not acting or playing a character. I am Mark, and I'm from a small town east of London. If you go about 45 minutes east of London, you get to a town called Colchester. I'm from there, and that's where I grew up. So when we've done episodes about my neighborhood and family, that's kind of what I imagine in my mind. That's the England that I know. That's also a part of my accent. Colchester is in the southeast, so I have that southern accent, which is quite a neutral British accent. A lot of people are kind of surprised to hear that I'm from the UK because they can actually understand me, which I suppose I take as a compliment. It's probably because I've been a teacher for a long time. Now, I started in 2012. I started volunteering in a school in my hometown in Colchester, and I got my certifications there as well. And then I went to South Korea to teach English, and that's where I met Kat. We're both in the same city at the same time. We were both very much interested in teaching, right? We were both probably the most serious teachers in the town, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So yes, so then we had the idea for high level listening because when we were trying to find stuff to show our students, when we were trying to find listening materials or listening exercises, there were only two types of materials. Either they were super easy and really slow and basic, or they were really complicated, like a news story with a native newsreader speaking at full speed. So we thought there must be something in the middle, or there must be something better out there. And we tried looking, and then that eventually evolved into the idea of doing it ourselves. And I think it was 2016, we bought a microphone, a little cheap one, and we sat on both sides of a table and put the microphone in the middle. And we both used to read sentences or phrases and then explain them a little bit. And then we would put it on this website with highlevellistening.com. So this was before YouTube. We didn't have any cameras or video. We didn't even think of doing a podcast thing for a while. And then that was kind of successful. I think we got shared by the BBC on Facebook, which was a big deal. And we were like, yes, we've made it. We're going to be super famous. And then we both were
Nothing
quite busy.
happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened after that.
Yeah, we didn't know where to take it next. We didn't have all the software and the technology that we have now to make editing, filming, and recording so much easier. So last year, 2023, we had the idea to bring high-level listening back, and this time do it longer videos on YouTube, and the rest is history. Here we are now, less than a year later. It's amazing how much the channel's grown, how lovely everyone on YouTube has been and supportive as well. Yeah, we're super grateful for all of you. And yeah, so there's a bit of background about me. I'll let Kat talk for a bit now.
Well, I'm Kat, and I was born and raised in Houston, Texas with my family. I've got family from all over the world, which has been kind of the reason why I've always grown up with a bit more of a neutral accent. I would say that most cities in the United States, we've kind of got that neutral accent, but I always really enjoyed traveling. And when I started traveling and meeting new people, learning new languages, I realized that everyone hated learning English. And so when I went to Korea and met Mark, I really do think that the idea is that a lot of native speakers who go on to teach English as a second language are not as passionate as you think that they would be. Mark and I were two of the best teachers in our city simply because we wanted to be there. We wanted to become teachers. So I know that sometimes that's not as fun when you meet a really nice teacher, but they're not really there to be a teacher. They're just there to travel, or, you kind of lose that passion after a year or so. It's been about 10 or 12 years for me and Mark, and I think we're still going pretty strong, which I love about us. And I think that passion shows in the way that we teach and the way that we want to connect with our students. And YouTube has been the perfect platform for that kind of thing. We continue teaching kind of all over the world. I've taught in France. I've been a nanny in France as well. And we have taught in other countries, teaching online, students from all over the world, students from all different base languages. But we heard from them, and we know that the reason we have jobs is because English is taught as a subject at school. It's taught for exams, it's taught to have 10,000 random vocabulary words floating around in your head. But are you ever really taught to just talk to other people? Not really. So that's why a lot of our students feel like they've been learning English for 10, 20 years and they can't really express themselves. They can't really talk to anyone else. So we felt that that was unfair. We felt that that was not the way that we wanted to express ourselves as teachers. We wanted to help you feel more confident in your spoken English, your understanding, the way that you listen and learn new things. We wanted to just change it up a little bit. So that's kind of why we're still here. I know we took a long break from high level listening because we just weren't sure how to express ourselves to help you express yourself. So, yeah, last year around my birthday, I said, okay, enough is enough. We are good teachers. Our students really like us. We need to do more. We need to do better. So we got back on YouTube. We figured out a good method that works for us and that our students love. And here we are. We're still here. So yeah, we're going to keep going. Mark is actually quitting his job teaching full time to work 100% on YouTube. How do you feel about that, Mark?
Yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah, it's good news for everyone, for me and for you as well. I mean, Kat and
Me?
the students watching.
For sure.
Yeah, because we've got some kind of exciting projects in the future. At the end of this year and in 2025, we really want to expand the kind of materials, bonus materials, courses, products, membership levels. We really want to expand so we can give you more than just 2 videos a week. The main plan is to build some extra materials that support the lessons, maybe some quizzes, worksheets, activities, or things that you can do to review, refresh your memory, and revise the stuff that we teach you in every episode. So I'm going to have more time to focus on that. And yeah, high level listening, I feel like we're just getting started. This
Really, I know.
first year,
Yeah.
it's been kind of an experiment. We've done some different kinds of video formats. Some of them have been quite successful. Some of them we stopped after a few episodes, but we're still figuring out what students really need. And yeah, one thing I think that would be really helpful is more supplements, more exercises or things to help you review and revise the things that we teach. So that's coming soon. I'll put more energy into that in the future. And hopefully by the end of this year or early next year, we'll have some really exciting things to show you that will take your English to the next level, like we promise in all the episodes.
Absolutely. So we also, you heard a little bit about us, but we get lots of questions from our students about just, how do I learn English? What am I supposed to do? I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling impatient. I'm feeling just a bit overwhelmed with everything, especially from our students who have been studying for years and years and years and really are not feeling like they are improving. My number one tip is honestly, you need to be kind to yourself. You need to be patient with yourself. And I know you are a very confident person in your own language. You are used to getting things right, saying exactly what you want to say. But learning a second language is very humbling. You are taking your entire world and trying to explain yourself in a brand new way, in a brand new language, with new rules, new expectations, a new culture. It's fun, it's exciting, it's humbling. It's humbling. It means that you will be making mistakes that you don't normally make. You will be saying things that are wrong, and you will have to learn to accept that. All right. So we get it. Mark and I speak Spanish. I speak French. We've tried everything from self study to language classes to boring teachers to YouTube videos that are okay, YouTube videos that are terrible. But whatever you end up liking, whatever you end up doing, stick to it. Okay, keep going because that little bit that you do every day, every week is going to be much more important than stressing yourself out trying to get 3 hours in of study. Try to find something that you like, keep going, stay consistent, and I promise you, you will reach the goals that you want to reach.
Yes, and some extra study tips if you want to study with our YouTube videos. Don't be afraid to watch one episode more than once or even several times. We don't expect you to understand absolutely everything the first time, even though we have subtitles and things to help. But yeah, go back and listen to the same episode more than once. And I know our episodes are quite long as well, so don't be afraid to break it into small parts. Maybe just listen to 2 minutes. And when you reach the end, go back and listen to that 2 minutes again. And listen to it a couple of times, and eventually the speaking will start to feel a bit slower, and you might be able to start shadowing. Shadowing is another word for copying or repeating. So Kat says a sentence, you say the same sentence. Maybe you just pause the video and repeat it the same way. And rather than just repeat the sentence, try to imitate us if you can. I mean, imitate like try and sound like me, almost like you're making fun of me, like doing the accent, the same intonation, the way my voice rises and falls. Try to do that because the way we're talking is quite natural. It is maybe a tiny bit slower than we would be with our friends or family, but we are, we've been teaching for a very long time, so we're very comfortable at speaking a bit more slowly, but not sounding robotic. So I think if you can actually imitate the way we make sentences and we talk, even if you just copy or imitate a few sentences, it'll make a really big and noticeable difference to how you sound when you speak. So yeah, I know we've had lots of comments of people saying they can understand everything we say, but when they are face to face with an English speaker, they freeze up. Just try to shadow us and imitate us in small chunks, again and again and again and again, and eventually these words will come out together as chunks. It won't be so hard to say or so hard to think of. It'll just come out. So like Kat said, be kind to yourself. Don't rush. It's a marathon, and just keep going again and again and again. That's the magic trick.
So again, a huge thank you to every single one of our subscribers. We wouldn't be here if you didn't give us all these wonderful comments. We love seeing the comments from some of our students over and over again, so we know who you are. We recognize your profile pictures when you leave a few comments. We do, read every single one. It's just me and Mark on this YouTube channel. There's no one else working on this right now, as of right now. So we're reading everything. We're replying to every one of your comments. If it's not me, it's Mark, and we're here. We're here reading those comments, and we really are thankful for each and every one. So those likes and those comments, they really do affect us, and we do really appreciate every single one.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Hopefully we'll make another one of these videos in a few months or years' time to celebrate another milestone. But yeah, already this is so much more than we ever expected, and we're extremely grateful and thankful for all of you. Thank you for studying with us, trusting us to help you on your English journey. And we hope to see you again in another video very soon.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Bye bye.